The Force is generally restricted to Jedi and Sith, but after Ahsoka Season 1, it's possible that other characters were secretly Force-sensitive. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, and keep watching for more details. Several Star Wars characters may be secretly Force-sensitive after Sabine Wren's story in Ahsoka, including Han Solo, Jar Jar Binks, and Hera Syndulla. This revelation would create countless possibilities for future Star Wars movies and TV shows, while offering new context for existing characters' stories. The Force could explain these characters' unique accomplishments, add new layers to their development, and enhance the narrative in some ways while detracting from it in others. Ahsoka introduced a radical change to the Force and those who can wield it, which may reveal that several Star Wars characters were secretly Force-sensitive. Sabine Wren was never presented as Force-sensitive in Star Wars Rebels, even in the episodes where she trained to use a lightsaber. However, Ahsoka Season 1 ended with Sabine learning to use the Force, even though Huyang said she had less potential than any Jedi candidate he had ever met. If someone like Sabine was secretly Force-sensitive, other Star Wars characters may have used the Force without realizing it. This would create countless possibilities for the upcoming Star Wars movies and TV shows. Rey's new Jedi Order movie could build off Sabine's story by having retraining Jedi candidates who don't appear Force-sensitive, making it easier to rebuild the Order quickly while introducing new challenges. Having existing Star Wars characters as Force-sensitives would also recontextualize their stories, improving the narrative in some ways while detracting from it in others. Based on Sabine's training and what has been shown so far, 10 Star Wars characters have the most potential to be revealed as secretly Force-sensitive after Ahsoka. While he didn't believe in the Force when he met Luke Skywalker, countless examples throughout the Star Wars saga suggest Han Solo was Force-sensitive. His wild piloting maneuvers seemed almost Jedi-like, such as flying straight into an asteroid field despite the odds against him. He also tended to shoot first, from Tobias Beckett in Solo, a Star Wars story to Greedo in the theatrical cut of A New Hope, which could have been the Force giving him a heads-up. In the special edition of A New Hope, Han dodged Greedo's shot by slightly moving his head, seemingly impossible for a non-Force user. The Star Wars sequel trilogy added even more moments to support Han being Force-sensitive. When the First Order destroyed Maz Kanata's castle in Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Han shot several stormtroopers in a row, one without even looking, almost as if he didn't need his eyes to know where his enemy was. While he assumed that his father was just a memory in Star Wars. The Rise of Skywalker, Ben Solo could have seen Han's Force ghost, meaning he did forgive his son. The Force would explain Han's accomplishments and add a new layer to his character development throughout the movies. Jedi mind tricks didn't work on Jabba the Hutt, and he seemed familiar with the concept. Although Jabba may have resisted Luke's influence by having a resilient mind, perhaps he also had the Force and used it to gain an advantage as a crime lord. Jabba may have used the Force to control people, predict his rival's next move, and sense those who intended to kill him. In the Star Wars Legends continuity, the Sith Lord Darth Plagueis used the Force in this manner to get ahead in business and criminal enterprises. Jabba may have also owed his wealth and power to his secret Force sensitivity. Padme Amidala was able to sense Anakin Skywalker from a great distance in Star Wars. Episode II, Revenge of the Sith, and while they had formed a bond as husband and wife, her Force sensitivity could have made it even more powerful. This would offer a potential explanation for Padme's death, as her Force bond with Anakin would have made it feel like she was dying when he was near death and embracing the dark side as Darth Vader. Padme may also have sensed the good left in Anakin before she died, just as her son would when he attempted to bring his father back from the dark side. One of the most popular Star Wars theories claims that Jar Jar Binks' silly antics were evidence of his Force sensitivity. He possessed acrobatic abilities that rivaled any Jedi, and he was often seen waving his hands at crucial moments, which could have been subtle Jedi mind tricks. This has led to the darker Darth Jar Jar theory, which states that the Gungan was a secret Sith Lord. Jar Jar convinced the Republic Senate to grant emergency powers to Chancellor Palpatine, once again waving his hands in what could be a mind trick. Whether or not Jar Jar was evil, it's more than possible for him to have been Force sensitive.